Yesterday, the Kenyan delegation handed in the application form by Raila Amolo Odinga to be the African Union Council chairman. I want us now to discuss and look at what next. First of all, the seat he's campaigning for is called AUC chairman or AUC chairperson. In the African Union, there are two chairpersons. There is the African Union chairperson, African Union chairperson, AU chairperson. This is a rotational seat that is taken over by heads of state or government in Africa. AU chair. Then we have the council. The council. Now the council is the executive body, the secretariat that runs the body in Addis Ababa. Now the secretariat is now called African Union Council. African Union Council, AUC. And the head of AUC is a chairperson. Now, if we have to compare it to a company, we would say that the chairman of the board of directors is the AU chairman, and the CEO or the MD is the AUC chairman. We also have such a confusion in the police. We have the NPS, National Police Service, headed by the Inspector General, NPS. Then we have the NPSC, National Police Service Council, whose first chairman was this educationist, I've forgotten his name, but the current chairman is Kavludi. Yeah, Kavludi is the first chairman. Kavludi, and the current one I think is Kinuthia. So if you are starting with K, don't be shocked Kwatenge being the next chairman. Now that is the difference between AU and AUC. But previously we used to have OAU and the positions were different. So the head of OAU used to be called chairman, and the head of the secretariat used to be called secretary general. The All African Union, OAU, the mandate was to make sure that all Africa has gained political independence from the colonialists. It reached a time when we agreed that all Africa, and I'm saying we all agreed because some people believe that Polisario and Western Sahara, there is but then we all agreed that all Africa has gained independence. So we said that we change the name of our organization from All Africa Union to the African Union. And we change the mandate. That which in the OAU used to be called freedom for all. One country being under colonialism means all countries are under colonialism. So we should all be independent. Now that we are supposedly all independent, then we had to change our mission and vision to economic and political stability, something like that. That is why the All Africa OAU chairman changed to be AU chairman, and the OAU secretary general changed to be African Union Council chairman. So the position that Raila is contesting used to be called OAU Secretary General, the Prime Minister of Africa. If you want, I mean, that is the best description I can offer. Have we in East Africa ever had a person in that position? The answer is yes. When it was still called All Africa Union, when it is still called All Africa Union, we had a Tanzanian, Salim Ahmed Salim. He was the Secretary General for that. Of course, such positions like OAU Secretary General, AUC Chairperson, even the UN Secretary General, whatever. Yeah, the position that Raila is going for is like the UN Secretary General, but it is within Africa. So you find some of these positions, people are taken there eh, to reduce. I hope you understand. Salim Ahmed Salim was groomed by Mwalimu Julius Kabarage Nyerere. He rose and became Prime Minister of Tanzania. So the next position was to be the President of Tanzania. And Julius Kabarage Nyerere was not ready to leave. That is how he ended up as the OAU Secretary General. But when it was changed by name and by mandate to AUC or AU, no person in Eastern Africa has taken it. But Central Africa took the first time, and Central Africa took the second time. I'm sorry, I can't recall the names, but that is the truth. So we complained, and others complained, and said that how can one region have two people in the same position twice? So it was agreed. That we do have a rotation. Then there was also another constitution amendment. The second constitution amendment was that gender balance. Gender balance. That is why we have a Somali lady there. By the way, I'll come to that. So they pushed and whatever, and they almost agreed about what do you call gender balance. But then they said that most of the candidates, in bracket meaning Raila Amolo Odinga, had come so far that if we change the constitution, it will be seen as targeting him. So it was said that the next time round, the gender balance be observed. So it is just because that you cannot change the constitution at the 11th hour to block Raila. Otherwise, if it would have been blocked, the Somali lady would have taken. And what happens once you are elected and sworn in as the AUC chair, you serve for one term of 4 years. So he's going to serve 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. And after completion of 4 years, that is 2028, after Kenya has had its general election, he can, if he so wishes, contest only once. Contest only once. But of course, looking at his age or anything, we can conclude that most likely he'll just be a one-term person. Most likely he will be a one-term person. Then his deputy has to come from, I think, North Africa. So if he serves 1 or 2 terms, the deputy will be liable for contesting. That will be their turn. And if he wins or she wins, that one will be a very lucky person to have deputized somebody and then you go and be there. Now, how did the Somali, I'm made to understand that as of now, only 2 people have applied. The Somali former foreign affairs minister and Raila. There's a time I believed that the deadline was 1st August. There is another option that it is 6th August. But you see, for us who have a candidate there, we would even want the deadline to be immediately after our candidate hands in the paper. But anyway, we have returning officers there who will decide when. So don't take it to the bank, but I believe that as of now, only 2 people have applied. And you see, only people from East Africa will apply. Right now, it is the lady who has applied, the Somali former Minister for Foreign Affairs. Remember, up to this very minute, that position, even when it used to be called Secretary General for the All Africa Union, there are only 2 people who used to apply. Former Foreign Affairs Ministers and former Prime Ministers. Maybe that is why Kikwete did not apply. But you see, Kikwete used to be a Foreign Affairs Minister, isn't it? And Salim Ahmed Salim used also to be a Foreign Affairs Minister before becoming the Prime Minister. Now we have to, a very good strategist, we have to look at this thing holistically. We have to look at it holistically. Suppose Raila is the only person who has applied. Suppose it comes out to be Raila and this Somali lady. And of course, at this time, we assume that there are 2. But you see, we don't know the deadline. Is it 6th? Between now and then, others may apply. As more candidates come in, we may have to review it again and again, the impact of that such candidate. But as of now, we only know of 2. One, she's going to use the gender card. But I think those people who are supporting Raila cannot change, because as of now, it is for Raila to lose. It is for him to lose. It's like me campaigning against Raila in Langata or in Kibera. Najua nitarushiwa mawe. This lady, under no circumstance can she even be near Raila. That is what I want to say. So, if there are 2, she's using the female card. 1. 2, she's a Muslim. She's a Muslim. She may try to use religious card. Remember, just like Kenyans complain that ukigombana na Mkisii mwingine akikuja, definitely he'll side with the other Kisii. If you are a non-Muslim and you differ with a Muslim, expect the Muslim to side with other Muslim, especially if it is something to do with the religion. So she may, most likely she may try to use religion appealing to Islamic countries that she's a Muslim, so they should vote for that. There was a meeting of OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries, and they endorsed her. But you see, Organization of Islamic Countries, which included Arabic countries, which included Indonesia, who have no voting, whatever. So Islamic faith is really well represented in the north and also in the west. French-speaking countries, we have so many Islamic countries there. But having them 2, it is for Raila to lose. As I said, we have to wait because the deadline is not there. And when the deadline reaches, maybe we have to also assess and see who the new candidate may come in. Just like our normal, what do you call? Just like our normal home politics. If you come from, let's say, Elgeyo Marakwet, and you want to be the senator or governor, and you are a Marakwet and I am a Keio, you may look for 2 or 3 Keios to contest so that you become the only. So there are some candidates who may come out to spoil chances for others and whatever. But as of now, we only know that we have those 2. And do you want me to make a bet? If they remain 2, don't be shocked that between the time of closure of the application and the time of voting, not vetting, voting, between the time of closure, if the lady discovers that she's the only one with Raila Amolo Odinga, I want to say that there is a high possibility that she may step down for him. But let us not talk about Form 1 when we have not completed Standard 1. Let us see, let us wait until the time when they have closed the nomination and see who have been there. Because I'm also suspicious. You see, this Tanzanian minister, January Makamba. January Makamba was sacked recently as the Minister for Foreign Affairs for Tanzania. And he's more loved outside Tanzania than in Tanzania. So, and also you can see Tanzania and Kenya. With that Somali lady being a candidate, she will eat the Arabic, and you see Kenya and Tanzania have a history. But let us just watch each and every candidate as he comes in. It is me who has guessed that Mwakamba's sacking maybe it was a normal sacking. So let us wait until, and we cannot talk about candidates. We can only talk about candidates who have handed in their forms and the forms have been accepted. Thank you.